Hey guys, ZirumsHeroTWR here, not with another I Play You Watch, but with a Minecraft tutorial. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a cobblestone generator such as the one I am bashing right now. For the purposes of this tutorial and just for my convenience, I'm in creative mode, but I assure you this works in normal mode and it works in multiplayer. Heck yes. Alright. So if you haven't seen how my generators work, they pretty much generate 4 cobblestone for every 4th piston pump and kind of continue until the maximum height, as shown over here. It is possible to actually control the height, but I'll get into that a little later. I'll go ahead and actually begin this so-called tutorial with a little bit of a history lesson as well. For you questioning what that is my logo. Alright, so I love my logo. Anyway, so this is the first version of my cobblestone generator. This is version 1. It is most simple to construct and it's freaking huge. Pretty much by the looks of it, it is freaking huge. It is a brick. It uses a lot of redstone. It has a nice little clock which I kind of invented myself. Hasn't really been posted out there too much, but I take lots of pride in this clock, even though it's virtually useless, except in this cobblestone generator. Makes the same deal over here as with the first one, for 4 cobblestones for every 4th piston pump. Pretty convenient. And I've actually recreated it over here because a lot of people are arguing that this doesn't work in the latest version of Minecraft. So let's go ahead and actually see if they either prove me wrong or I prove them wrong. We'll give it some time. I want those users to kind of absorb what's going on here. Alright. Okay, it is definitely loud, but as we can see here, cobblestone was indeed generated from the ground. So what does that tell me? That tells me that whoever is messing up on those cobblestone generators are indeed messing up. They failed, they messed up, they got to do it again. They have to pay attention to my video because they messed up and it's terrible and they're a failure and, well, you get the picture. Anyway, so pay attention to my tutorials is the lesson learned from those people who are telling me that this doesn't work. It does. Alright, version 2. This is the one that the video got very little attention. Well, anyway, version 2 is compact, less redstone needed. So it does use significantly less amounts of redstone, and in the same time, it's actually much more compact. This is actually just a model. I showed where the water is, where the lava would go. 4 pistons over here, the whole entire kit and caboodle. Somebody actually made a comment on that video saying that this wouldn't work because apparently the glass over here will cut off the redstone circulation, thus making it virtually useless. So I definitely want to try this out. Let's go ahead and give it a try, see if it works. Now, like I said, this is a model. The water is not indeed water. It is that blue pretty stone, and that orange block is just an orange piece of wool. So theoretically, this should never make cobblestone. So if it does for you and you make this in exact entire configuration, definitely report it, or you're probably using a mod and you're messing things up entirely. Anyway, so cobblestone wouldn't be generated from this machine, but you can see from the pumping action that this is indeed working. It is working just as I created it. And this is definitely the 3rd version, version 3, perfected, smaller, better. So actually I did have to describe one tiny little detail about my 2nd generation. It did have kind of a bug here where if you left it on and you logged out for whatever reason you had to, say you were in a rush, your mom got into a freaking car fire accident while, I don't know, making a baked potato or something. I don't know. Why does it have to be cooking? I don't know. But we're going to say something has happened and you had to log off while you had this running for whatever reason. Or maybe you're just lollygagging and you thought you were too cool for this off switch. Anyway, to fix the bug, I had explained that you need to make a hole here and dig all the way down until you reach the level of this repeater, and then dig all the way up, and that should fix the bug. That is definitely the fix, but fixing the bug could be tedious for lots of people who just simply don't like to pay attention. So, in version 3, I theoretically killed that bug And I also made it at the same time very compact. It is now officially a 4x3 area. Nothing pops out at edges over here. It has the same functionality. It has no bugs from what I can tell. And overall, it's just awesome. I'd say the only thing that's maybe a little different is it has a sticky piston over here, which kind of makes it a tad bit more expensive to create. But shouldn't really be a big deal. Anyway, I'll show you how it works over here. You flip the switch, and you can see that sticky piston pushes that block and it completes that little clock that I created back here in version 1. Yes, it's been around since the entire thing. Anyway, so that clock is working. And in order to turn it off, you literally have to tear apart the clock, which means every time you lay down the freaking block, you're going to be resetting the clock every freaking time. So anyway, that's freaking awesome. Let's see, that's the maximum height. I already explained that. And what is this? This is theoretically the way to control everything, really. You can control a height with different kinds of blocks that are not able to be pushed by pistons, such as the note block, the chest, the furnace, and obsidian. Also, the bedrock block and what was the other one? The monster spawner. Those actually work as well, but since they're actually really difficult to obtain through legitimate means, we're not going to be using them in this example. I do have some tree over here. Let's say as a filler block in the middle, because when you're mining this within this cobblestone generator, you're going to see that sometimes the loot will go right into the middle, and while everything is generating or anything, you'll see that you have very little time to actually run in and get it, unless you like to play a little bit of a challenge game with that. I do recommend you put in some sort of block that doesn't respond well with pickaxe. Once you do that, you'll definitely start mining. Nothing will fall in the middle, and if the block gets destroyed, you won't be worrying about your filler block in the center here evaporating in thin air, as it would with a stone block that would be weakened to freaking pickaxes. Anyway, so let's go ahead and right down to it. This is finally the beginning of the tutorial. If you have skipped and you reached this part, awesome for you, good for you. So let's see, let us begin. I'm going ahead of myself. Let's cover this. If you skipped this part, you're still doing okay. Anyway, so you're going to have to lay out your blocks over here. These blocks, these square blocks that I have, are actually just other filler blocks. They're used in this video for the purposes of measurements. You're going to be digging a 3x4 hole that goes 5 blocks down. You can count them with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. Now you're going to be making holes and stuff within this 6th layer. So definitely you got to judge where you want the switch to be. Wherever you make the holes, that's going to be the side that the switch is on regardless. So definitely make that. Now right now in this video I'm using this steel block. It's not mandatory. I'm using it as a filler block because, well, for the sake of, again, the user watching this video, you'll get a good idea of how to measure the whole entire thing, rather than if I were to use cobblestone or this kind of block, it'll be hard to judge. So I'm using that. You can use any block you want as long as it doesn't, doesn't melt. Redstone can attach to it, and it's not flammable. So definitely nothing flammable, nothing that responds to heat, and something that will respond to redstone. So let's see, let's start over here. We want the mechanics on this side over here, so we're going to put 2 holes over here in this corner. Once you have done that, you can put a redstone torch over here. Pretty much we're going to follow the basic layout of, let's say, our version 2. So we put a speck of redstone over here and a speck of redstone over here. If you've gone this far, good for you. Put your filler block over here and put your redstone there. That's going to light up, and that's going to turn this off. This shouldn't respond whatsoever. That's good. Go ahead and get a speck of redstone and put it right here. Now, go ahead and cage this little speck of redstone. That is a very mandatory part. And then go ahead and cover these 2 holes so you don't freaking fall over in it. Anyway, now if you have skill, you can do this part. If you don't have skill, well, just watch this part and then you'll see the part where you don't need skill. Anyway, you have to lay down this repeater and set it to the 4th option. That is the 4th option only, not the 3rd, not the 2nd, and not the 1st. Fourth option, as quickly as possible, or else the clock is going to overheat. You're going to hear a sizzle, and you have to do everything all over again, like a genius. Alright, so let's do it like a scientist. Once you have it to the fourth block, or the fourth setting, you're going to see it blink, at a very steady rate. You're going to see this middle block blink at such a steady rate as well. Now, if you're having trouble doing this because you have no talent whatsoever, you can do it without the blocks over here. It will just take a little more coordination. Try not to fall in this hole, as you'll be stuck in there and you have to destroy a lot of blocks to get out. You can angle yourself in a way that you don't fall over, and just have it facing towards the right. Repeater always faces towards the right. There's no time stress or anything like that, nothing to really give you an anxiety attack, so just set it calmly to the fourth position, and then go ahead and place it 2 blocks. Again, you will see it blink calmly. That's a-okay. This, again, should be blinking. Don't destroy this block. Instead, get your filler block and just lay it right on top of it. Boom. That should work a-okay. Alright, so now you have the blinky thing. You have all this all set up, and we have about 3 more blocks to work with. So we're going to put these blocks over here, the filler blocks, just make a little wall right there. And we're going to get our sticky piston and just lay it flat down so that the stickiness is facing towards this block. At this point, you could get like whatever filler block, let's say dirt or something, and you can make a stairs that goes up. Since I'm in creative mode, I could fly. And just go up here and get your switch out and place it directly on top of the block that has the piston. At this point, flip the switch. You should see the piston engage and then disengage with the block attached to it. Alright. Once you have done that, you're doing pretty good so far. There's no more stress about the clock or anything like that. Just go ahead and put your pistons down in a plus formation. Once you've done that, you're doing very excellent. Go ahead and get the steel block and just start filling in the void. Just fill in this wall. So this wall is completed. Now you're working in a 3x3 area. Excellent. So at this point, you have 4 corners that we could work with. We don't want to use this one because there's a hole and there's the piston and all that fun stuff. So let's just go ahead and hide it completely. And since we're at it, let's go ahead and go to the diagonal one, diagonal spot, and just fill that in completely as well. Now you should have this weird, funky looking diamond shaped thing. You should have some recessed points in the corner over here, and this middle block should be leveled out with the plus size blocks. Once you have determined that everything looks good, go ahead and cage yourself in on the second block going upwards. Excellent. Now you got to figure out a way to escape and come over here. Alright, once you're here, you're pretty much almost done. Get out your water bucket. We're going to use the water bucket first, because if you use the lava bucket first, I'll laugh at you. You mess it up. You got to do it all over again. You failed. So, let's use the water bucket first, and we're going to put it into the 2 corner spots. The water should not spread when it goes down there. Nothing bad should happen. It should stay put. It should just make a little column of water, and you should be happy. Dance for joy. Fun stuff. Alright, now put the lava into the hole in a second. And we're just going to wait. There you go. Once there's cobblestone created, it should be created on all 4 sides. Cobblestone, you should see it sizzle. You should see the smoke go up. And you should feel pretty proud of yourself. Now, do not destroy any of these 4 blocks whatsoever, or else I'll again laugh at you. You failed, you messed it up. Anyway, go ahead and cover it with your filler block with caution. Do not try to destroy any of your water or anything. Let's go, and pretty much at this point you're practically done. Just a matter of flipping the switch. Watch the 2 filler blocks go up with the entire rest, and you're going to see cobblestone being generated like crazy. For the sake of just sound and everything like that, I took a step back. But you can see clearly how it's working like this. Now, if you want to put some control, again, you can make a structure like this. You could just take some wood, do that, and get whatever block you want of these 4 types and put it there. Personally, I prefer the chest or the furnace, just for the sake that you could make smooth stone while you mine more cobblestone, or you could store the cobblestone while you mine more cobblestone. In your case, whenever you do that, you're not going to see the blocks lift up beyond that. See, it will even go silent and everything. You'll have next row prepared, so once you destroy a block, like that. Very easy, very simple. You can turn it off, and you can log off like that. It shouldn't be a problem if you log off the world and do all that fun stuff. But other than that, that is my version 3 Cobblestone Generator. So it's definitely significantly more better in several different ways. I definitely recommend it above many of the Cobblestone Generators that's available. There is no burn rate whatsoever because there's no chance that the cobblestone loop can ever jump into the lava. Along with that, let's see, someone have a little bit of questions and answers going on. Somebody said if you get the water block over here and swap it with the lava block, that you should be able to make obsidian and generate obsidian. That's false, incorrect, that guy's a liar. Well, first off, cobblestone, obsidian cannot be pushed by pistons. And even if you swap the spots, nothing significant will happen. Instead, you'll have 2 columns of lava going here, and you'll see the water is spread out and do absolutely nothing. So that's theoretical, actually. I never really tested that out. But then again, obsidian should not be generated. Alright, let's see. If it does get it generated, well, that's it. You got to mine that out of the way. Make a new system, you know, or make a new system. Anyway, let's see. So that's that. Let's see. I really don't know what else I could say about this. Yeah, so that's version 3. If you do have any more questions or any comments or anything like that, feel free to actually put them in the comments or anything like that. I have the tendency of replying to many of the commenters quite frequently, whether it's sarcastic or not. Please don't make it sarcastic or you might just get completely owned by me, but that's a joke. I get owned quite frequently. Anyway, so what have we learned here? We learned Cobblestone Generator, and if you have any more questions, just go ahead and feel free to post them. I'll reply to them once I get a chance if I see that it is actually a good question. If it's not, and if I see that you're just, you know, lollygagging, then you probably won't get a reply. Yeah. Also, don't try to tell me that these don't work. They do work. Look at, I just proved everybody wrong. So, there you go. If I could do it, you can do it. And this is vanilla flavored Minecraft, so no mods, no nothing. If it doesn't work for whatever reason, even if you do follow every single direction, allegedly, then it's probably the mod and it's messing up your system. And yeah. But if not, if you're actually following every step and it still doesn't work, you probably messed up somewhere. Be sure you get the clock facing the right direction. Make sure you get the repeater facing the right direction. Follow every step and you should be a-okay. You should have a generator just like mine. So yeah, this is the end of the video. I have nothing left to say. This is ZirumsHero, signing out.